Hello, and welcome back to Board Games Daddy. Today I bring something amazing. You know how big of a fan I am for Unmatched. So today I bring Unmatched Adventures, Tales to Amaze, Tales to Amaze, Tales to Amaze. I was so exciting to finally be able to put my hands on this. So if you are familiar with Unmatched and you don't know what this is, what is Unmatched Adventures, Tales to Amaze? So they decided to create a cooperative version of the game where you have heroes. I think I'm going to regret having turned the box, but you'll have four heroes and two bosses that you'll battle, each separately, right? So this edition only brings two. It's a Mothman and the Martian Invader, and the characters are Annie Christmas, Jill Trent, Nikola Tesla, and the Golden Bats. So the only one that I know is Nikola Tesla. The other ones I don't know if they are real characters or real or they just invented for this. Probably there's some backstory here, but I'm not aware. And the thing with this, it's the potential for the cooperative game, which is interesting, but you can take these characters out and play the skirmish, fighting each other or mixing with other characters in the same unmatched system, and you can bring other characters from the other sets and battle the bosses that come with this box. So this fits every perspective. It's cool in any direction, and it's another fringe, another direction that the Unmatched team will go, and we know what's going to happen. It's going to be lots of expansion, lots of bosses, mixed with lots of characters coming. So it's like crazy. It's like crazy. It's a money pool here, and another one that I've put my step in, and now I cannot get rid of. And I'm okay with that. So let's take a look and see what we have here. So the Skull and Bat guy is a Japanese character that has a sword. He's a big damage dealer, as we'll see. I haven't played with this character yet, so I don't know much. So this one has a sidekick, and uh, they are. I think their cards are only versatile cards, so you can always defend and attack. And Tesla is a ranged guy that chucks everyone. So cool. And you also have beside the bosses, so besides Mothman there, and where are the aliens there? You also have the bosses. They have sidekicks, which you randomly choose, or you choose not randomly for each match. And the game changes because all the semi bosses or the boss minions are different. So you have like a big monkey here, the spider queens, the big spiders. No, sorry, the ant queen, the big spiders, the blob, the Jersey Devil, I think here, the something frog. So let's see what is inside everything. Hero versus villains. Mothman, Martian Invader, and the minions will be the Loveland Frog, Ant Queen, Skunk Ape, the Blob, Tarantula, and the Jersey Devil. Okay, so this is the biggest Unmatched box because it has really lots of content. It has the core rules, so basically when moving your characters is exactly like you play in normal Unmatched. Two actions, moving, using cards, buying card when you move, deck runs out, everything. So instead of attacking each other, you attack the bosses, and it works very well. And the core rules, it's a different core rule book because it has image from previous sets, so you can recognize Alice here from Legends. There's Sinbad and King Arthur, right, from Legends as well. So, and that's who's this one? Yamnega card. So they're also always showing cards from other sets to raise your attention. So there's the Medusa from Legends, the Monkey King there. That's King Arthur. The example usually here is King Arthur. Here you have Sinbad, Robin Hood against Beowulf, which is because Robin Hood was facing Bigfoot, right? And Beowulf was facing Red Riding Hood. Yeah, that's it. So they mix the image and it looks good. And so this one is from That's the genie, right? So I don't own this set yet. The genie and Houdini. That's something that I need to get as soon as possible. So that's Jabberwock from Alice. That's Alice and the Jabberwock, and that's it. So you see, this is like exactly the same animal, but they just changed the cards for all sets. Then you have the set rules. So this is not necessarily set rules. It's just the components and then the abilities for each character and a small description. So let me guide you to who these people are. So Jill Trent, Dr. Jill Trent, Science Sleuth, and Daisy. Jill Trent was an unlikely and little-known hero from the golden age of pulp comics. Along with her trusted companion Daisy, these gals brought the power of science to bear against the forces of evil, and weren't afraid to engage a bit of fisticuffs in things got dicey. So it looks like cartoon design drawn by hand. Then Annie Christmas. A literal telltale Annie was a 7-foot Nile boat captain. Nile boat? I don't know where the Nile boat is. Sorry, I'm just loading the camera here to be closer to my mouth. Mighty Mississippi and strong as the river on which she plied her trade, she didn't take any guff. Wearing a necklace of pearls, one of each full, that's a necklace of pearls there, thought they could take her on and failed. And Tesla, not the car, kids, not the car. So the car is named after this person, Nikola Tesla, the renowned Serbian-born inventor and not at all mad scientist, is best known for his work with alternating current electricity. His curious habits included curling his toes 100 times to stimulate his mind. Wow, curling his toes to stimulate his mind? That's the first time I'm hearing this. Who knows what other wondrous creations the world never learned about. So they very often, anywhere, they fantasize about Nikola Tesla, like they created these super electric weapons, etc. It's like the Tesla coils from Command and Conquer, and Tesla this, Tesla that, etc. So Tesla was just a simple guy that worked with electricity. But it's cool how this guy has become like a renowned hero and character. It's so cool. And the Golden Bat. So the Golden Bat is because he has bats around him, not because he plays baseball, right? So this is like the Red Skull, but golden, or Scorpion without the mask. This show-stopping, swashbuckling superhero, so he's a pirate, first appeared in the Japanese form of street theater known as Kamishibai. From the ancient world of Atlantis, he traveled through time to 1930 to fight crime, wherever it might rear its ugly head. So there must be some books about that. And here, so you have a slight description of each character, what they do. So the gadgets for Dr. Jill, the necklace for Annie Christmas, the Tesla coils for Tesla, and the Golden Bat. It doesn't have anything, it's just a very big damage dealer with his ability. And then you have the manual properly that explains how to play this different game. And Tales to Amaze, I think he's trying to replicate, there were some books in the 50s, right, which were Tales of Amaze or something. Tales of Amaze is this, right? But it was a very similar name, where from Marvel, and he's trying to replicate that comic type of cover. And it gives an overview of how to play this, how to set up the 2 scenarios. I only played the Mothman yet. And there's a thread there. And the game will play differently because there is an initiative deck, which you shuffle, and then it comes out whoever is the next one to play. So it works very well. There's some excitement knowing that, well, will it be the monster or will it be me next? Hopefully I can be first and then kill the monster, and then the monster doesn't do anything. That's super cool, super cool. And it works very well. It's amazing how this works fluidly. And then you have specific rules for each scenario and specific rules for the other one. So what I can tell you is, and these are the minions. Okay, we'll see those on the cards. What I can tell you is, and I guess you can have the same experience when I show you the board. So I'll give you some seconds for you to think yourself, but tell me, if I open this here, and you ignore a little bit the circles and the typical colors from Unmatched games, what does this remind you? To me, it reminds me about Horrified, the city where you need to move around, and there's a monster around you, and you move, and you attack, and you do missions. Yeah, I guess they were inspired by Horrified somehow. That's my opinion. Because look at the box. This is how it looks. Everything is quite organized here. There's no free space, and there's a boss here, the Mothman. So the Mothman would be here. Look how cool it looks. And then the characters will be around him, around the map as well. And he moves. Let's take a look into detail here on the Mothman. There's some translucent wings already assembled, like a moth. So if you don't know what Mothman is, then don't look at me because I don't know it as well. But I've seen the Kevin Costner movie 20 years ago, and what I remember is no Kevin Costner, Richard Gere, either one of them, called the Mothman. So the Mothman is someone that appears before a big disaster happening, and on that movie there was a bridge that was going to collapse, and Mothman appeared announcing or giving the impression that something bad was going to happen and the bridge collapsed. So they were inspired by that movie or by the story of Mothman. I don't know. This is American stuff. And indeed, in this scenario, you will need to avoid 4 bridges to be destroyed. There are bridges here, here, here. You'll have some tokens for the bridges. Let's see if I can find them. Sorry, the box is so big with so many things that I'm lost already. Where are the bridges? I don't even remember. Oh, there they are. Here they are. Sorry. So bridge. That's a bridge that you put here. So there's a connection that you can pass through, and then once the bridge is destroyed, when it goes up, there's a threat level there that Mothman will raise, and when it gets there, the lowest bridge is destroyed, goes there as a destroyed bridge, and then these things activate. And then the second bridge can be destroyed, the third one, and then when the 4th bridge is destroyed, Mothman wins. And how do you avoid that? By moving the characters around, attacking him and the sidekicks. So I don't know where to start, to be honest. I don't know where to start to show you. So that's it. Let me start taking things out of the box just to make sure that I've covered everything. So there's the life dial for Mothman. We've seen that. Let's take a look at Mothman cards. So there's a deck here. I haven't sleeved this. It has cards for all the monsters, but the minions and the big bosses. So the Mothman is this one. Okay. So when it's the Mothman's turn, no, I don't know. Let's do the following. So let me show you the initiative deck, because that will be understandable how it works. So there's the initiative deck, and inside the initiative deck you have the Mothman card, player 1, player 2. So each monster has its own card, and then when that card comes out, you take your turn, or the monster takes his turn by attacking, moving, and then in the end of the round, which is after everyone has played, there are the consequences from the monster. So all monsters have a consequence, something bad that happens at the end of the round. And this is a funny character because the frog also has a consequence that you will put another frog card, another. You can put 4 more frog cards in the deck, meaning that the frog will attack 4 times. So it's really dangerous. You need to get rid of the frog very fast. 4 players. Then there's the Martian, which I don't know how to play yet. I need to read. Then Tarantula, the Blob, and then the Queen. The Queen also puts more end cards. So these are like the characters that multiply themselves. Okay, and you have these tokens to identify which player are you. Okay, so when it's the Mothman's turn, you take the top card. First you move, and you move closer to the character. Move to the character that is closer to you, and if there are 2 tied, then the players can decide which one he moves. And then he always monsters always attack, and always attack once, right? So we take the card like this, and then So I'm not sure if the card is taken blindly or not, but let's imagine so. So there is an attack card, and the defender may decide to defend. So you flip it, and you have something like this. So the attack, or if you are attacking the monster, it defends with this. There's the boosts, and then the effect like any other um, unmatched card. And the cards look like this, so I'll leave this to the end because that's important. So you have 4 attacks here. Overwhelming dread, which is by also creating problems on the bridges. Faint, there's also feints on the monster, so feints. Wow, look at that. Woo! And then there's a funny thing here because you may ask, so if the boss runs out of cards, what happens? Does he also takes 2 damage every turn? No, because the system cleverly thought of a process which is when this card is drawn, or if you force the boss to discard and this card is discarded, and by discard I mean the top card of the deck going to the discard pile, Mothman hoax doesn't do anything, but you shuffle all the discard back into the deck. So this deck never ends because every time this card comes back, the deck is shuffled all together again. So it's a continuous process, and the boss will always be pow, 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 on top of you, hitting you until you kill him. That's a very clever system. And let's take a look now at where are the Martians? Where are the Martians here? Oh, here, right in front of me. The Martians. So I haven't played, so I'm just going to show you lights in the sky. They're coming from you, for you. And experimentations like all aliens do. Heat blast. And there it is, the Oaks card, which will make the deck complete again. So I'm going to store here the decks, just to make sure that we cover everything. And this edition, I don't know why, sorry, comes with this, which is that every character, player character, has a foil card. So it says for you to replace the normal one with the foil one. So I don't. What's the sense of having a foil card amongst the rest, right? So I'm keeping these separately here with the bosses, but I'm just showing you. And then what we have now here, we have the Ant Queen. Ant Queen, she can't be stopped. The Swarm, Pheromone Frenzy, Savage Swarm, yeah, the Oaks again. So cool. It is so amazing, and I guess that there will be content for 20 years on this stuff. So, and then the Tarantula, here. The monsters are a bit what's the term here? Cheesy, right? It's the big tarantula, the big spider. Well, Jersey Devil is a little bit different, but the Blob, I guess this has potential to do anything now, right? In the Blob, imagine instead of fighting monsters, you get like fighting Marvel bosses, right? A box that brings 2 Marvel boxes like Apocalypse and Magneto with 4 X-Men characters. That's real stuff. That's the potential where this thing can go, right? Or imagine a James Bond set with 2 James Bond villains and 4 James Bonds, different ones, right? Sean Connery, Roger Moore, Pierce Bronson, and Daniel Craig. Wow, this can go anywhere now with this edition. So I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Let's see here. We've seen the horrified monsters 1,000 times, right? So we can go, if they have licenses, they could go anywhere. They could go anywhere. Lord of the Rings, imagine Sauron and Sauron, 2 bosses there, and you have all the friendship of the ring to fight them. Shit. Jersey Devil. So every game, Jersey Devil looks different. Now here it looks like a Tyrannosaur with wings. That's what I see here. And a dinosaur's tail as well. I guess an easy one to do would be the monsters itself, the universal monsters, but we already have the Invisible Man, Dracula. So we don't have the Mummy, we don't have, let me think, we don't have Frankenstein. So, but yeah, some of them are playable characters like the Dracula, and some of them would be bosses. It's quite strange, right? So, could not make sense to mix some of them being bosses, some of them being playable characters. Or maybe it could, I don't know. Sometimes you want to play Mothman as a boss, and sometimes, I guess, on the fan-made decks, there is also Mothman already as a playable character. So this could go anywhere indeed. It's so amazing. Frog, so the frog. The Loveland Frog. I don't know what's the story behind this. This cryptid monsters is something that I really don't know. And even the Skunk Ape. I'm from the time this is like Bigfoot, but now this should be something different. Back to the brush, bite, lure, the oaks, beastie bite, and back to the brushes. Okay, so these were the monsters. These were the monsters, and for you to navigate around, so under the heroes you find different components. So under here, Jewel Brand, you have the, let me show you here, the tokens that you use to move around the bosses. So although the big ones have these amazing images, oh, I haven't shown you the aliens. The sidekicks of the monsters, they have very low quality, just a token. This is the alien invaders, the mothership or the saucer. Look at that. Does it look cool? Look at that. Don't this look so cool? So cool. Guys, this is a 1 hour video, I'm just warning now. I hope my battery here lasts that long because we have content for 1 hour. Now, I haven't tried, but there are these amazing events that may happen throughout the game, but I haven't included on my first game, so I still need to figure it out how to put them. But these are like things that affect the whole game. Paralyzed with fear, they strike from the shadows. It looks like the horror movie titles from the 50s. In a frenzy. Look at the art. They move like wind. All minions have a move value of 5. Wow. Their wounds close. Whenever you shuffle an enemy deck, they recover 1 health. So this makes the game even more difficult. It's always bad things. They have skin like stone. Enemies cannot take more than 3 damage when defending. Wow. They have no weakness. Deception cards have a value of 3. Deception cards have a value of... So deception card is... Oh shit, the deception cards. So those are the Oaks cards, yeah. So they are called deception. So that's where they shuffle the deck, but now they have defense 3, meaning that every time you get the deception card is always a good thing because you don't take damage or you can hit him very fast because he has 0 defense. But with this, he has a defense 3. So wow, this is really extra difficulty. So cool, man. I'm really crazy about this. So which hero are we going to see first? What about if we go to Golden Bat? Golden Bat. This fellow here, which looks like what? So the sword is really a pirate sword, but it dresses like he flies. So it's a flying Superman sword, like with a cape and dressed like what is this? I don't know. This craziest character, the craziest character, Golden Bat. And what is Golden Bat's power? So he moves 3, so he's like flyer, lots of life. He says ha 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 for some reason, and he was the first superhero because he came from Atlantis, right? We saw the story, the backstory, and if you haven't maneuvered, your attack gets +2. So this is a guy that goes near the enemy, stays there, beginning of the turn, bah, +2 damage. On GG, Golden Bat. Sight beyond sight. So it doesn't have eyes, but he sees. Imposing presence. Ta-da! Terrifying roar. Oh, that's Atlantis behind him. Inside of the ancients. Like a flash of golden light. There's a castle there, the Alpine Fortress, so he lives in the mountains. Arrived just in time. Skirmish. Oh, he's super strong. Super strength. 5 damage. Great hero, this one. Imposing presence again. Okay, so let's just see the other ones. He also vaporizing eye beams. There was a big. Oh, look at that! It dresses like a vampire. Now I can see it's like a vampire here. There was a card here that damaged a lot. Where is that card? Have we missed it? Oh, it's this one, yeah. But could go 7 if you are like stop near the enemy. So that's the golden bat. I'm trying to put him back where it belongs. So there's a life dial here for the golden bat. Let me take a bit of time here to put everything in place. Oh, we haven't seen this. So this is the life dials for the Martian Invader. And then you also have smaller life dials for the minions. One for each. And they look like they have the image of the corresponding minion. Okay, so now I suggest if we go here to Trent. Trent. It's a dial for her. Looks like a Dick Tracy character, female character, and Daisy, which looks like someone else. So she is fighting against bullets, shocks, dynamites, and I've never heard of this character. So Trent. So Trent is melee, Daisy is melee. At the start of your turn, activate one of your gadgets. Trent attacks resolve the active gadget's effects. So you either use the ultraviotic tonic, which recovers health, or you use the Hypno-Ray Blaster, which can give more damage. Okay. Hypnosis. So lots of versatile cards, as you can see. So very few attack cards. So Sister in Arms, the utility belt like Batman, helpful assistant Daisy, insightful deduction. So she's really a detective, right? If she dresses like this is a detective lady. Oh, she also has a jetpack. Laser pen. With so many characters, why have they brought this? I don't know who character. Immediately, the indestructible clots on armor. Oh, caught red-handed. Oh no. Daisy's Ace Fighter 5. Wow. What's this? Energizing spray. And you get an action after it. Okay. I've seen more exciting stuff than this character, but anyway. Let's put it back. Where should we go now? What about if we take a look at Any Christmas? So there, Luke Cage had a card called Sweet Christmas. It was the biggest damage dealer that he had, damage dealer card. So, and she's also a black lady. I don't know if this Christmas is some kind of joke here around something. So Any Christmas 14, and she also has Charlie. Where's Charlie? Charlie. Oh, so this is Poker Chip. Where is Charlie? Oh, so he has a gun? Oh, because he's ranged indeed. So Charlie is a ranged character. And her power is the necklace. Add 2 to the value of Annie's attack if she has less health than the defender. So meaning that every time, so the bosses have lots of health, so she is very good against the bosses. and it's only Annie, so not Charlie. Better together. Wow, look at the size of it. That's why the intro said she was 6 foot, right? But she is very high. Now I understand. Huh? Keep your hands to yourself. Wow. What about the jewels and the pearls? They appear everywhere. The Mississippi Queen. Oh, look at that. That's a very small guy, or normal sized near her. She may be the big girl here. So there must be a casino in the Mississippi boat or something, right? Mississippi. Slick talker. It's a boring. So she's a captain of the boat. What is the backstory here in this? Is this a book, a movie, a real character? Look at that. Quite a pair. Quite a pair. Quite a pair. You cannot do cards called quite a pair, including lady characters. And I'm always not waiting for that, so I just read, and now that I've read, I cannot unsay what I just said. Quite a pair. Right. Cool. And there's only one left, sorry, which is my favorite one. Nikola Tesla. So Tesla is portrayed here as very steampunky with this huge cannon. So that's exactly the feeling when playing with Tesla. You have this cannon that shoots electricity far away, right? And the whole mechanic here around Tesla is managing his electricity, because you can either be the Tesla coils would be discharged or charged. It reminds me about the mechanic is like Beowulf, when you use the rages that he has, and then you need to carefully plan when do you spend rage, because some cards will allow you to get rage, so you use the ones to spend and the ones to get. It's that kind of mechanic. And because, let's see, so you may live to see man-made horrors beyond your comprehension. Okay, that's Oppenheimer, maybe. You start with one charge coil, at the end of your turn you charge another coil, and at the start of your turn, if you have both coils, then you deal 1 damage to each opposing fighter adjacent to Tesla and move them 1 space, so they go back. Okay, and the cards they have, so for instance you have these symbols, which is, do you have one that you want to use or 2, so the card becomes more powerful. Or then it could be charge, so you attack, you charge, or discharge to gain energy, so there's a lot of strategy. This one is very strategic. You may discharge coils if you charge one action. 2, you also draw a card. So it depends on what you have on your hand. Look at the crazy guy. So the coils are on his back. Now I haven't understood before. So one is charged, the other one is charged, and then the death ray. So if you discharge, it becomes a 7 card. That's why it's a death ray. Charge the coils. That's an important card. Now he is doing a Kamehameha with the electricity. Repulsion blast. X-ray radiation. Lightning storm. That's my kind of character, this one. I don't know what's happening here. Lightning storm, but what's that? Is his house all destroyed? Deal 1 damage to each opposing fight in the zone, makes sense. Instead deal 2. Okay. Oh, so you can defend or attack and then also do that. Experimentation. Okay, so there are no direct feint cards, but you can also discharge to do the same effect. That's Tesla. That's Tesla. Okay, and that's it. 30 minutes in, 35 minutes in, and we saw everything about Tales of Amaze. And so, final remarks. It's very good. If you like Unmatched, it's a different way to play Unmatched. If you don't like Unmatched, if you like Unmatched but not cooperative, you can always use these characters to play the competitive, or if you like cooperative, you can bring other characters and put um, Dracula and Achilles fighting these monsters here. So the potential is endless, and be prepared because there will be more and more sets coming. And because of that, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like. It really helps me and the channel. And I invite you then to check the channel, see the specific playlist about unmatched content. I have tons, including rare editions. So I truly invite you to be part of this community. Thank you very much, and I hope to see you on my next videos. Goodbye.